Hey everyone, it's me, Dirty Honey. So don't forget to subscribe, dude. Today we're going to talk about how everything I've talked about up to this point is totally wrong. Body, mind, spirit is wrong. Maybe. We'll see. But I came up or stumbled into a thought this weekend about how that might have too many pieces. Potentially, body, mind, spirit is adding something to the equation that kind of might be fucking everything up in our brains. I don't know. What I'm thinking is it's just body and spirit. Mind is spirit. Okay, and body includes the brain. Okay, but the brain is like, it's just there to hold information. It doesn't make decisions or speak. Okay, it's like a book. It just holds stuff and it processes or locates those things, and you can feel your brain working. It's like, fucking, I'm studying, I'm trying to do this, and my brain hurts, dude. It fucking hurts to add information or dig out that information and try and find it, or do something tedious or whatever, dude. You can feel your brain working, and it is doing something. When you feel it work, it's because you're using it to add information or trying to find information, or you're remembering stressful things, and that's just basically information that was stored, like the past, basically. And then you can be anticipating things in the future based on the information that your spirit is digging through inside your brain. But I'm thinking that potentially your spirit is your mind. That voice in your head, the me, myself, and I that talks to itself inside your brain before it figures out what to do or say or whatever. It processes the situation through talking in your head. Unless I'm insane and I'm the only one who has voices in his head, because there's like 250 voices in my head. I'm just kidding. There's about 3. Me, myself, and I think. That's what they say. But it might just be one. And it might just be one voice, mind. I mean, it probably is just one. I don't know if that sounds crazy. But it's the me, myself, and I thing is the spirit connecting with the brain and processing the information, or digging through it and using the brain like a computer. So it's doing its thing. Why does the spirit want to gain all this information or use the information in the basket, in the book or whatever, that our brain is kind of like the book? And the spirit is kind of like, it like speaks to us, it speaks through us, it speaks in us. Okay, it's like we are the spirit, and our meat, our water, is like just this puppet thing that holds everything together, and we're just kind of like, the brain is puppet, body is, brain is book, body is puppet, mind is spirit. That's kind of where I was going with that. And so, you can feel your brain working when it's doing something like adding information. But the thing is you don't need any energy to talk to yourself. Your brain just always, you can be in any situation, and if you really pay attention, your brain's talking. Your mind, your spirit, not your brain. But you can hear this, and it doesn't take any physical energy like when you're using your brain to study or something. It even does it when you're sleeping. You're asleep having dreams because your spirit is that mind part that's doing something inside your brain, digging around while you're asleep. Oh, look, the puppet's asleep, it's at rest mode or whatever. Let me dig through here and see what I can find over here. Oh, look, and all these crazy dreams come out. Oh, look what I found back here. Oh, yeah, down in the dusty dirt pile or junk drawer or whatever of the brain. And so it doesn't take any energy for that voice. So it feels like that voice it's not part of the body. It's not part of the brain. The brain doesn't have to work to make it happen. It's separate from that. It's separate from the physical body part, including the brain. And so the whole adding it as a mind, like that's its own thing within the brain, that's a separate thing from the spirit, kind of feels like that might have been just bullshit, and the mind is actually the spirit just talking through the brain. Why do we add mind like it's a separate thing? It's the same thing. It's just a direct connection, right? Boom, there we are. Maybe the third thing that we're trying to find is God. What the hell? Because it seems like the body, or the mind, or the spirit rather, is using the brain book and the body as its puppet. And so it could, there's two things here too with regard to finding God, or is the spirit that's talking to us, through us, in us, is that the same spirit that everybody's being spoken to? And it's like that's what the God is, or that's what this spirit is, like this one thing that is using all the brains here as its processing unit. And it's like each one of us is like a finger or a phalange or something that's kind of encapsulated in this earth thing, that within the big universal God, whatever universal picture, is like this something that's happening, whatever it is. That brain, it all trickled down into humans and brains and matrixed out into this geometrical triangulation of us. And then for some reason that spirit is seeking something through using us as its physical form, its brain, its book, to do something. So if it's one, then it seems like maybe it's just part of this brain network and we're just a processing unit. Or maybe the spirit is lost, and maybe because from our point it feels like we don't know what the fuck's going on, we're trying to figure something out, right? Maybe that's the spirit trying to figure something out. If our mind is the spirit, our mind's fucking lost, dude. The spirit is our mind, so the spirit's trying to figure shit out. The spirit doesn't know what the fuck it even is. The spirit is lost. The spirit is trying to figure something out using the body, and somehow the mind got thrown in there, but the body, maybe that's the connection point of spirit and body, and it's it feels like something separate, but it's actually the same thing. It's just a straight line from the spirit. But the spirit seems to be seeking something, okay? It's trying to figure something out, or at least we don't know what the fuck it is. If the spirit has all this information from everybody at once, it would make sense that the spirit has some greater knowledge than us as an individual, and we're just a tool in the big picture. But the spirit would still potentially be using all of us to figure something out, because none of us have anything for sure figured out. I don't think. At least they're not telling the rest of us. And why would the same spirit do that to itself? It doesn't make sense. So it seems like if the spirit is one, it's trying to figure something out. Even if the spirit is a bunch and we're all individual spirits, we're still trying to figure something out. So our spirit portion is fucking lost, dude. It doesn't know what it's doing. It's trying to find something in the universe, it seems. So the question comes to me is the spirit God? Maybe the spirit is God, and we are a piece of that God that's trying to figure something out, though. That kind of just feels weird. Does the spirit occupy the universe? As in, the spirit is smaller than the universe, so it's in the universe and roaming around inside this thing that isn't itself? So would the universe, would the spirit occupy the universe, or would the universe be the spirit? The entire universe is 100% the spirit, right? And if the spirit occupies the universe and is like inside the universe like a fish in a bowl, what the fuck is everything else? What is all the other stuff that isn't the spirit? Is it just like energy? Neutral energy that just doesn't have a direction? It's just there for use of the spirit? Or is it like, is there good patches of good energy or evil energy that the spirit might run into or have portions of it fed, maybe it gets something out of those puppet mind body baskets brain baskets, whatever, the puppy body, brain, book, mind, spirit thing. Maybe the energy, it's like, is the energy neutral and the spirit chooses how to use that within its choices on Earth? It's got all these people to choose from, and it can be like, oh, okay, I'm going to figure this out over here, like playing an instrument or something. I don't know, man. Is the spirit in control of the whole thing? Like, this is how it is, and this is all good, under control? Or is it like, seeking something? It's on a journey, trying to figure it out, which is more like what it feels like if we are the spirit, which it seems like, what the fuck? If we're not, then whatever. What are we then? It seems like we'd have to, if we're important, or part of something eternal, or something bigger than the little world we live in, then it seems like we would be a part of the spirit, or something that's attractive to the spirit, or contrast to the spirit. So if we're contrast to the spirit, and maybe we are that other portion of the universe, and the spirit's something else, and it's not speaking through us, and our little portion is trying to reconnect with that big giant spirit outside of us, like maybe Earth is like the place for the lost spirits. You know what I'm saying? This is sounding biblical. This is where the lost spirits go to find themselves. You guys are all fucked up, dude. Go here to hell, or Earth with devils and shit. You guys, we don't, the good spirit kicked us out and sent us here because we're lost. Or maybe this is where we go for our training period or something. I don't know, man. But it sure feels like the mind is the spirit. It's not separate. It's a direct, straight main line. Simplify the situation. Most equations on Earth are overcomplicated. I don't know if equations are the right word, but every situation, every industry, and every portion of life is overcomplicated. Usually we need to take out all the dumbass pieces and just go straight to the one or two pieces that make a difference. And in this body, mind, spirit thing, it feels like mind might have just been added to the puzzle for no reason whatsoever. It's body, spirit. Boom. We are spirit. Boom. No need to find shit. Boom. We already know what the fuck we're doing. We're doing it for the right reason because we're spirit. We're doing it for good because we're spirit. Why does everything get all crazy and fucked up and disagreement? Don't know. Maybe that's better for the spirit. Maybe that's part of the recipe. We don't understand. Okay, just relax, sit back, enjoy the recipe, and eat the cake when you get there. Maybe. Hopefully they're serving cake. And they made it in Hell's Kitchen. Come on, Ramsey, hook that shit up, bro. Anyways, just remember to be nice, alright? That's the number one most important thing. If you be nice, things are going to be better in your life, dude. And other people, too, which is nice. Who doesn't like that? And then 91.5 FM on the radio, KUSC.org on the internet, plays the most amazing music on the planet, in existence. Even the spirits all come around and they're like, oh, 91.5 FM kicks ass. They have their own version. 91.5 FM on the radio, KUSC.org on the internet, and 91 Spirit. That's how God listens to it. And then don't forget to subscribe, watch all the other videos, blah, 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 blah. All right? See you guys later. Bye.